Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the 4-hour time frame. Now, in the previous video, we extensively went over how the predictions I've been making for Bitcoin over the past 3 months have come to fruition, while what everybody else had been saying with their constant negativity about pulling back to this number or that number or whatever. Well, people just tend to forget about those, I guess. But since September, we've been calling for a major bull run. And so Bitcoin's been actually following the line that I drew on another chart. But if you want to go see that in detail, go look at the previous video. It's really long, so increase the playback speed to 1.5, and it'll help get through it a little bit faster. And watch it on a big screen so you can really see what I'm talking about, because this is a cleaned up version of the other chart I was looking at. So just to give you a little idea what's going on. So here we are in Bitcoin right here, consolidating. What we've done is come up here, little bull flag here, little bull flag. And so once again, we're ready to move up to the green X right here, which is also the center line of our blue parallel channel. And I've gone over that in detail in previous charts. I'm not going to continue to go over it on previous videos, I mean. So we will be at the center line of this blue parallel channel and bust through it, I believe. We've been consolidating in this triangular shape region marked by this center line of this orange channel, the center line of the blue channel, and ready to break out of that right here up to the top of this orange parallel channel. Now, Bitcoin has a lot of momentum going on, and so we're looking for continued price action upwards here. Let's look at the RSI. Oh, we got a bunch of other things here that I don't really want. Well, let's just make them smaller. Oh, and this is on, well, you know what? I gotta look at that on the 1 day, not the 4-hour. So we'll look at that in a minute. Anyway, so coming up to the top of the orange parallel channel, and I do believe that we will possibly, I wouldn't say this otherwise, but I do believe we'll possibly break above it here and can see some consolidation heading into the FOMC meeting, which is the red vertical line here, in this green channel. Maybe even come up to this green channel a little bit. And that is because what we've done back here is we had some real serious interaction with the center line here of the green channel. And that's telling me that price action recognizes that, and the next move is to the top of the green channel, which is right up here. There's no other reason why we would be struggling with this as support and resistance. And still, on this little move here, we are currently about to break above it here. So yeah, once we hold on the next move, once we hold this green parallel center line as support, that'll probably initiate the move upwards here. This is around currently around, well, it's around 44,000. So that'll initiate this move upwards. Not sure exactly where. Probably see a little sideways action here, a little sideways action here, and then I'm really thinking we're going to consolidate here and find resistance at this green center line, or green top of our parallel channel. And I don't think we'll break through there. That would be too much. I think it'll be time for a break downwards, actually, break down, following this purple line. And we'll break back down to the center line of the blue channel here. Or not necessarily. Center line of the orange channel, possibly. Somewhere around here. And then probably continue following the green line here. Something like that. And that will take us following this orange channel and back down to the center line for the end of the year for a price of Bitcoin at about 51,000 right at the end of the year, and after coming up to about maybe 52-ish. Yeah, maybe just about 52 will be our high this year, and finishing at 51. And then continue into next year, continue in this orange channel, just as my line dictates here, and for a high of about 62, somewhere in the around the end of January, mid to end of January. And then that's where we'll see a big correction down. Start to see that big correction down. That's as far as I can go. So this will be a good time to switch to a daily time frame. You can see where we'll see that correction down to 48 for the halving. Somewhere around there. Oh, down further, actually, down here. Now, that being said, this is what I've predicted for the past several months. And I'm really, really hesitant. There's just so much Bitcoin interest right now that I don't know to what extent this pullback will play out. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. I maybe possibly the scenario that's going to happen is that we get up to 62, and all the influencers are going to say, "Oh, this is a triple top. It's a triple Bitcoin top." With the two previous tops at the all-time high and the 62, and this is as high as Bitcoin's ever going to go, and it's going to come it's looking for a major reversal downwards and down to 10,000 and what have you. That might be the narrative that plays out in about a month or so, and that might put enough fear into the market that we get this correction down to 48. As well as everybody, once this gets started, they're going to go, "Oh, we're going to go down and we got to close that gap at 40,000. And so that could be a scenario that I see playing out, and it puts enough fear into the market that we get this pullback. And also maybe there isn't as high of a demand. Maybe there's initial demand with the spot ETFs getting approved, then it kind of wanes out, and people think, oh, is that it? That was it. It's all over. That may be possibly a scenario too. Something like that may happen. But ultimately, those ETFs are going to get, this is major, major price, major dollars coming into Bitcoin for the next year and a half. It should really drive, really drive adoption and price. Bitcoin price is going to skyrocket a lot higher than people are calling for these at the high of this next cycle. So, and what I want to say about the $40,000 gap, where is $40,000? That would be like right here. It's between 39.6 and 40,400, I believe, right in here. We're never going to close that. And they're going to be telling you right here, we're going to go down and close that gap. And it's probably going to get a lot of sell pressure because people think that's what's going to happen. And it's never going to get there. And you're going to be left holding nothing once price reverses right here. So just be careful in the coming months. Heed my warning. All right, so I've babbled enough and I'll let you go. That's just what we're looking at for the next few months, and more importantly, the next few days right here. Oh, I was going to look at the RSI too. Are we on the daily? Yeah, we're on the daily. So here we are on the RSI. We have a green line. You know what? Let's just look at it by itself. So anyway, now, previously we had this green line holding as support. We've fallen through that. Now we have another green line going this way. And I believe we'll stay above that. We'll be chopping around up here. And this might be, I think we're going to come up here and avoid the crossing the moving average till maybe out here. And that would be the rejection of the green parallel channel, the top of the green parallel channel that I was talking about. And possibly that's where we cross back down to the center line of the orange channel. And then come back up through the moving average once again. Okay, maybe we can come down here. Come down here, come back up through the moving average again, and then back down into the end of the year. Still maintaining above this green line. And then once we break down through this green line, end of January will be that correction I'm talking about. And it'll probably be due here with the RSI up here so long. And then you'll see it come back down here. And we'll do a little reset. So that all makes perfect sense here. See, let me pull this down. Where I was talking about this correct rejection from the green line, that would fall in line with a fall through the moving average, and back down to, we'll be up here and back down to the green line here. Oh, my lord. You know what? I'm sorry. What am I looking at? Yeah. I was wondering why it wasn't making any sense. Because I'm too zoomed out here. What I was talking about was over here. Forgot I was on a daily. This is where we see the rejection of the green line, somewhere right about there. That makes sense. We come up, see that rejection, maybe come back through the moving average as we come down here, and then we see our price go back up here, and then back down into the end of the year, still maintaining above the green line, and then one last move, big move to 62. And then here, out here, is when we come down through the green line here. So I'm not just looking at parallel channels and lines and whatever. It all plays out with the other indicators too. I mean, they just back up what I'm saying. It's not that I ignore them or don't think they're important, but they don't predict. They merely back up what's going on. They can, yeah. Well, like the RSI is predicting that it's overbought and there's going to be a pullback, but anyway, whatever. I'm going to stop rambling and let you go and see you next time. Thanks. Bye.